Hey crew, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the successor to one of my favorite trail shoes of last year, the Saucony Peregrine 12. Hello again, and thanks for watching. Like I said, today we're going to look at the Peregrine 12 trail shoes. If you're new to the channel, a little bit about myself. I'm an ultra runner and trail run leader with the Vancouver Running Company. I've also run nearly 1,000 kilometers across both pairs of my Peregrine 11s, as well as wearing those shoes during the Diaz Vistas 50K Ultra Marathon. Also, an important disclaimer, none of these shoes were given to me. I've paid for them with my own money. However, I do get a discount as run leader. No one will have the chance to review my video before it is published, and all opinions are my own. So far, my initial impressions. Well, it's a Peregrine trail shoe. Their run feel is very reminiscent of the 11s. So, if you like these, then you should like the 12s. I'm also a big fan of these new bright colors. This pair in particular is Visigold. It's quite bright. They have definitely taken an iterative approach with these shoes, taking what's working and improving on it slightly. The 5mm lugs and PowerTrack outsole continue to perform well in varying terrain and conditions we see here in the mountains, especially with fall in full swing and winter fast approaching. They fit true to size, and so far, I'm finding the redesigned upper quite comfortable. So, what's changed from the 11s to the 12s? Well, they're lighter, but we'll come back to that later. There's a new, more minimal upper with added protection. Now, you can see a prime example of exactly why this was needed. On these 11s, my foot got caught between a sharp root and a rock, causing it to tear the upper right at the widest part of the shoe. In the 12s, we have reinforced the section of the shoe to prevent this exact scenario from happening. We still have a 4mm offset, however they have dropped 0.5 millimeter in stack height, so the shoe itself is marginally shorter. There's a new sock liner made with Power Run cushioning and a new rock plate, which is supposed to give a smoother, more flexible ride, as well as shedding moisture more easily. Now, they have redesigned the PowerTrack outsole, allegedly so that you can dig in and get a little bit more speed. Why did I like the 11s so much? I get asked this question a fair bit out on trail runs that I lead, and it really circles back to one thing: value for money. The Peregrines retail for about $160 Canadian. The 11s were about $150 before any sales tax or promotions. A comparable S-Lab shoe from Salomon retails for about $220. So, how can this much cheaper shoe stack up against the competition? I find the lugs on the Peregrines, dubbed PowerTrack, perform well across a large range of conditions, especially those that we see here in the Pacific Northwest. And it's comparable to Salomon's Conti Grip outsole, and very nearly as good. The big winner is in durability. I've averaged 380 kilometers across all my pairs of Salomon shoes, with some retiring as low as 280 kilometers. I'm closing in on 500 kilometers for each pair of my Peregrine 11s, which is an improvement from my first pair of the Peregrines, the 5s I believe, which gave me 400 kilometers before they were retired. So, the question remains, does this translate into the 12s? Will we see a compromise in the longevity of the shoes due to less material and therefore less weight in the 12s? Or will the redesigned upper give us the same degree of durability? An interesting note, with the weight reduction in the 12s, they now come in lighter than a comparable pair of S-Lab trail shoes. Something to consider. That brings us to our final topic. Who is this shoe for? With the cost of everything increasing lately, I see this shoe as a value play for the higher mileage or budget-conscious trail runner. With the level of performance the shoe is able to deliver on the trails, as well as the longevity and durability I've experienced in previous editions, I see this shoe as a solid pick for the runner who just wants to put in the distance and not spend a fortune on new shoes. I also see it as a shoe for someone who needs the high performance of an S-Lab style race shoe, but isn't necessarily racing in them to warrant the cost. Not that you can't race in these. The Peregrines served me well during the slippery, wet, and cold conditions of the Diaz Vistas. That about wraps things up. I know I'm looking forward to many more runs in these Peregrines. I would love to hear your opinions on the shoes, so comment below if you have a pair. And if you found this review helpful, considering giving this video a like, as it really helps the channel grow. And subscribe for more trail content. Cheers.